Don't make me beg, don't make me wait. I need a hope in the darkness of the night. And when I stray, show me my place.
Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Seattle. And a short kick taking it about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now come the Seahawks. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, we can easily say what a start defensively. First quarter, and the defense already got in the lead before they even stepped on the field. And now they come up with an interception on the very first play they're out there. If they can turn this into points, that would be an absolute dream start to this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held them to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at them. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They fake the give. Newton. On the right side, caught by Green. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A.J. Green, a 20-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Back to throw, Newton. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They run again with Peterson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, and sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Peterson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Newton now to throw. Screen pass to Charles. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Peterson alone in the backfield. First down and goal to go from the 7. He'll get it running right. Muscles him off. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second down, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third and goal. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Newton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins in one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 60 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Now the offense heading back out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
Adrian Peterson was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He's got his man here. It's Green. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
They run. Peterson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
From the red zone now, Newton. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Adrian Peterson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang?
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Ooh, the juke. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Adrian Peterson, as the first half is winding down, and his guys are going to add on to their lead. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And where the ball is now, for the end zone a couple of times.
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And able to find Green. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Adrian Peterson, a 21-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Ooh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at
Come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Never make the mistake of the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here. They're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Again on second and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, and make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. He's got the completion to Strong. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On first down, Wilson going to Rawls on the dump-off. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again is Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Let's go.
They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Newton now to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Julio Jones. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. So they're going to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now back out comes the offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Time running out here on the play clock. They run. Charles. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now it's Newton. Rolling to his right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, My list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position. It's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Cam looking to throw. Flushed out right. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throw on first down with Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. 13 yards there on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On first down, Wilson. Finding time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Ten yards still left on second down. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Charles, this is not an easy place to win. They are known for having such a great crowd.
What's frankly mine?
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Quarterback's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 5. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now Palmer on third and long. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go.
Well, here we go on 4th down. Palmer, screenplay, Johnson. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. Yards to go for the offense. 1st down and goal from that 5-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Play clock winding down. To throw is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the pickup. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Well, they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Peterson on 3rd and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Adrian Peterson taking it in from a yard out. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple of times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Get ready. Move.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Underneath for Johnson. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's Palmer. Evans has it left side. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Palmer to throw again. Over the middle to Evans. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll try and throw for him with Palmer. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. Picked off by Derek Johnson. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, It turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2nd down now after the pass completion.
Get ready. Blue 95. Blue 95.
On 2nd down, Palmer eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st down, it's Palmer. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Palmer on 1st down. Dumping it off for Johnson. The ball comes out. It's going the other way.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football. But any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too. But it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. And this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And this is incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Here's Palmer. Screen play. Johnson. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Fourth down, here's Palmer. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Mike Evans from 3 yards out. And the Raiders are back within a score. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
Here we go.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. David Johnson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
He sets to fire deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And Jeffrey's got it. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 26 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
They find some open field here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Newton. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And his guys have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Bryant with a catch right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On second down, here's Palmer. He's got no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Final play of the half. It's Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And here now the offense heading back out there. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, here's Newton. It's caught by OBJ. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
The play clock's running down. To throw on second down is Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Bryant spread out to the right. And the wideout in motion. On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Adrian Peterson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now to return, this is David Johnson. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. and sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now it's Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Newton. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So here's the kicker, Caleb Sturgis, on to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Sturgis able to knock it through. Back now in Cincinnati, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he loses the football a second time. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Palmer. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets them a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left?
And that's caught inside the 30. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give them the first down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And now this one's intercepted. A third interception for Palmer. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And now back out comes the offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest.
Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there. 48 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of a...
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A.J. Green from 4 yards out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
That wasn't just toughness we just saw. That was concentration. Knew the hit was coming, yet the quarterback hung in there and delivered it downfield. The end result, 6 points for his team.
And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and the try for 2, unsuccessful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And the D looking like they may blitz. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Fresh set of downs here.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Get ready.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Stays on his feet. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go, let's go.
One last shot for Palmer. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey.
All up in my face, you're not from the clique. Give me space, we might rob it. Most say that, baby, they don't love the clique. I thought they love you when you make it. This some mud. Yeah, this some mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Trying to get back close, hit them with the stiff. Gears I shift, make sure they feel the drift. Just caught the Benz, with the tint. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400, I don't care at all. Have a head on. Heard you talking about I'm real, I'm fraud. Your kids and broad ain't straight, you shouldn't care at all.
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Yeah, 104 times how it go down. Slaps on deck for the whole town. On mamas, man, I did it with my own sound. And I got my own city that I hold down. Just admit it already. You got plans to do it, boy, we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he hit it already. Yeah, I'm a star like Moesha's. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding, I be creeping. Girls these days, they just don't know how to keep it. But I got it all handled. They try to box me and I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake and I'ma wishing put on every candle. I'm like,
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me.
If you ain't know me, bet you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times. In Pot Town, that's an automatic hold down. What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. Why you hating on the progress? I'm a humble, I don't even pop what I do. I just drive the Maybach through the projects. And still brazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hate from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up on anybody. I see why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I'm with the posse back at it. Whoa. That mean come on, go on platinum. Whoa. That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the BD back bragging.
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always hate me.
We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. First carry for the Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. Fighting through. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
2nd down following the run. Again, Peterson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try the air now with Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he lost the football. It's picked up. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's 3rd down now. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jonathan Stewart from 19 yards away. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Every now and then, you have some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air. So what you really want to do is be that guy who comes off the back line and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let them have that opportunity.
So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now Newton. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Anthony Barr from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. They'll start the drive with a carry by Emmett. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They'll run for it now. Here's Marcel Reese. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Rodgers now on 1st down. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Cowboys! Julio Jones, 38 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And his kick is good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the ball.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. They send Green to the left on his own. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Just beating the play clock is Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Shift together here from the D-line. 1st down, here's the run with Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On 2nd down, Peterson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So here's the kicker, Caleb Sturgis, on to try the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jumps.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden. And we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd down following the incompletion. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Here we go with Charles. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Play clock winding down. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And Jeffrey's got it. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving and keep grinding the clock. And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The play clock's running down. Handoff comes to Peterson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Slot man moves right. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. A long drive here, play 12 coming up for the offense. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Here's Newton. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And, boy, on this drive, it looked like the offense was really moving the football. I mean, they have been moving the football, but now they're in a tough spot. Nice play defensively.
Certainly felt like the defense decided to answer what the offense was doing. Okay, you're doing pretty well there. Guess what? We're going to bring some pressure. See if you can handle that. And they got to him on second down, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Advantage defense.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he finds Cook. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jared Cook, 37 yards. And the Cowboys. Have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
The tight end, Olsen, in motion. They'll look to throw. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He's back to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Going underneath for Charles. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. One last throw here for Newton. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about...
Says it's gonna rain. Don't worry, girl, it won't change a thing. Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given, baby, rain and shine. Leave your Sunday best at home. Be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top and cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you looking mean. She said, how we gonna make it through the mud hole? Won't you think you got swampers on my truck phone? Somebody get down in the dirty south. I'm about to show you what it's all about. But don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that country. Pass that, let's get Thursday. Listen, about to get done. Watching that red clay turn to blood. Sling it up, slap past the doors like a new paint job on a 4x4. Girl, you gonna have a good old time. Can't let a little bit of rain change your mind. Let your hair down, kick off in boots. Once in your life, let yourself cut loose. Gonna get money from head to toe, clean it off, living in a swimming hole. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty south. I'm about to show you what it's all about. And don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that country. That's that, that's it Thursday. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. It's about to get dirty. Yeah. Listen, about to get dirty. Girl, your whole life's about to change. Baptized in muddy water, let me hear you say, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty south. About to show you what it's all about. Don't worry, it's a rowdy
save me.
Said tonight we ain't going out, so we invited everybody. The made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat 'cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. There's people here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. Just acting our age. We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high to come back down. We don't think, we don't plan, we stay as long as we can. As long as we can. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age.
be up. Okay, I don't know where I'ma be tomorrow. Might be counting dough. I'll bet with you. Okay, your nose keep running and the money keep counting. Hey, I'ma keep ballin'. Hey, rock a park spallin'. Hey, carefree, I've been living carefree. Somewhere in the air, we can barely even breathe. Hey, I rarely worry about things I don't know. You say I'm living wrong, you ain't wrong, money long way. So think about it, it ain't nothing I don't know. All the money that I saw, I don't think I'm ever wrong.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist. Let me take it about the young man. Matter of fact, I'ma let Push tell that. Take it for the old man. Had to change her heart and then fell back. Old man lived a long life. Walked around with a long way. Like Jesus, that Colombiana. That's mere models like. Look at the flick of that wrist. I'm feeling like Leonardo. Let me paint the picture. I might need a bottle. On the road to success, I can fit a throttle. That Michelangelo, hundreds in the envelope. Type when I write. And that old man had to change her heart. Wish he knew it back from the start. Like, looked around, seen his wife on the military all over the whole compound. Soon as he seen it, I swear it, I mean it, my man was gone quicker than dominoes. He in jail, everyone falling like dominoes. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
Logic, clockwise, counterclockwise. Realest in the top 5. Other 4 ain't rap. I'm just rapping for the side. Yeah, that's coastlines, Panama for the boat rides. Worth billions, and we ain't even need showtime. Just money counters and kitchenware. Condo with a in there. We got rich in there. Been a trophy since Hawaiian Sophie. Curry over Kobe. We shootin'. Splash Brothers with the add in soap. Good fellas to my Aureliotis. Shades of blue, I admit you. Let the sky fall, let it rain on you.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting in the hall.
Poppin' knockin' when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a bad man, but I only got the best intention. Tough and not a bluffer. I want you to be Molly. Don't have to take it undercover. Just on the bells are ringing. People flower, singing rices, throwing flower, bringing ting-a-ling-a-ling. The honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot us in the basement party. Yeah. Turn into the greatest party. Yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, and we went up. Yeah. And my love and tripping. Yeah. Now I feel my body drifting. Yeah. Baby girl, she got me lifted. Mind tripping. Yeah. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often more than just a little. I be shutting down the city, black the latest gears. When she where you see that sun in the air, fashion week all year.